Summertime and the weather's easy. You see all that snow?
Yeah, Goo. I'll tell you what. My two major takeaways from this past storm. Three. Let's go three. Top three takeaways from the most recent snowstorm.
Top three takeaways from our last snowstorm.
Number one, first time meteorologists have been right in about 10 years. So kudos to them. They can do a victory lap. Number two, you have lived in New England for 36 years.
Correct.
Soon to be 37. And you don't own a pair of snow pants.
Oh, look at Mac over there. I have snow pants. Oh, Silver Spoon Mac. I'm sorry that I went outside in my sweatpants to get work done, to get the job done.
Incredibly. First of all, if you are going to wear pants outside that aren't snow pants, a jean might be a good option. A thick, khaki. Sweatpants ain't going to get the job done.
It's Sunday, baby. I'm only wearing sweatpants. You want to put on my good pants on a Sunday?
Number two, I also did not care for your shoveling strategy. It wasn't heavy snow. It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need to go out every 2 hours.
No, it definitely piled up, and by the end, it was heavy because the cold. So what I'm going to say is this.
It was heavy because of the volume, not the type of snow.
I knew that I had to work the next morning, so I'm like, let me try and take maybe just 1 hour off of what I have to do in the morning. It didn't.
Didn't help.
So the snow started at noon. I did 1 hour at 1 o'clock, went out there, did a quick. Then at 2:30, another quick. Halftime of the Patriots game, a quick. And then after the Patriots game, just a quick. And I'm like, okay, in the morning, I'm going to feel good because I'm going to see at least a dent in the ground of like where I've shoveled. And no, it was even. It was the same.
Yeah. And so all of that rolls into my third takeaway and point from the storm here. I worked for 38 straight hours in the midst of the storm. I am tired. I thank the people that shovel their fire hydrants. I thank the people that shovel their elderly family members out. So when we have medicals, it makes things easier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also thankful that the building that I live in does snow removal so that when I get home, I don't have to then do it after I've worked. So that is a major, major blessing because I don't mind shoveling, right?
Mm-hmm.
I own a Jeep, Goo. It's good in the snow. I could get through inches of snow. So ultimately, I'll be okay car-wise. But shoveling for other people or shoveling like a long sidewalk path stinks. And you live on a corner lot,
on a corner,
too.
a long corner with two long streets, sidewalks leading into it. That's why I'm like, let me just take an hour off of my morning. Let me try and do this. And it didn't happen. And what also sucks is that you get the barricade of what the snowplow leaves. I went and got rid of all of it the night before, and it was all back there in the morning.
I'm a little surprised. Now, granted, we haven't had bad winters for almost a decade now. I'm a little surprised that you and your cousin, who is your neighbor, haven't gone in on a snowblower together.
So my cousin also
is large enough.
Works for a town and works 40 straight hours during these, so it's just me.
Which is another reason to get a snowblower.
Well, my uncle, who lives 2 houses down, does have a snowblower, and I do use it on occasion, Mac.
Okay. All right, good.
But sometimes you're like, let me just get out there and get a little shovel out of the way.
Yeah, sometimes I like to get a little sweat in, maybe on the back end of a car. But, I mean, you have legit probably 60 yards of sidewalk you need to cover. So the snowblower.
You can also fit 6 cars in my driveway.
Right. Which helps when it comes to snowstorms. Get as many cars in there as possible so you can cover the ground.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, neighbors, get in my driveway. Let's go. Oh, you know what happened to me? And we're taking way too long on our snow removal. We're common people. We're common men. We're talking with the people out there. The person across the street from me, so this isn't even clearing out a spot. It's you parking in a spot, and then, you clean off your car, and then there's a spot there. I don't know why that person then owns that spot, but whatever.
It's an inherently city of Boston thing.
I understand this is that if someone goes to a spot and shovels it out themselves, sure, you can have that for a couple days. But the person then looks at me and he's like, hey, do you own that cone over there? I'm like, no, it's my neighbor's cone. He's like, you think I can use that? No, it's not your cone. You can't use that
No,
cone.
if you're going to claim a spot, have your own chair or cone. And I will say this, Goo. I think I've talked to you about this before. People respect cones. There's so many dummies out there that think cones are very official. There's a lot of people out there that just own a cone and put it where they want, or own multiple cones to do stuff. If you're trying to really space save, get a couple cones. Get 2 to 3 cones. Because 1 cone, you're like probably a resident. 3 cones, probably city cones.
Police tape.
There you go.
Put some police
Little
tape
caution
out.
tape. Get right if you're having trouble space saving at the moment, or there's just all around fuckery going on in your immediate neighborhood. Get on Amazon, buy some caution tape and 3 cones, and you'll be able to you'll rule the neighborhood.
And maybe some of that chalk that you can do the outline of a body, too.
Sure, that too.
One goo, 3 yeah. Goo. Jaws 3. Goo. King of Queens. Goo. Meryl Streep. Entertainment.
I'm Goo.
And I'm Mac.
And we are the Mac and Goo program. As of right now, we are obsessed with snow. We can't stop talking snow.
I hate snow.
I
hate
fucking
it.
hate snow.
I like snow sports.
Mm-hmm.
I hate snow and snow removal.
And look, I have an easy job. I work in radio. It's not something that like I'm physically constantly moving, although I am. I can't stop moving. I think there's something wrong with me. But to have to like wake up in the morning, snow remove, work, go home, 3 hours of snow, it's a lot. And working Sunday, working afternoon, and there's a lot of working in
So
snow removal.
that's the thing about your job. Even though it's not labor intensive, you do have to show up because it's news and it's a news station.
I was able to work from home on Sunday night.
Sure, but like you have to clock in for work.
I gotta
you
be
know?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
I
is
don't
a
get
thing.
snowstorms off. I
You're
feel like my
essential
family
personnel.
doesn't understand that. Like, oh, you're off today. No, same as last year. Not off. Mac, while we're talking about snow, I got to ask you, because we talk about movies on occasion,
We do.
television on occasion,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to ask you, in television, movie, commercials, what non-Christmas snow stands out to you?
Great question, Goo. I didn't know it was television.
Informa.
I didn't know it was television, movies, and commercials.
Licky bum on the hand.
When I looked at the sheet here, so the first thing that came to my mind was a PlayStation video game.
Go on.
SSX Tricky. Great game. Great
Snowboarding?
Game. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm then brought to, I think this is the one you have here, the Campbell Soup commercial.
Yeah.
Where Frosty melts.
Yeah, no,
Is that the one?
I would say that, and we'll talk about some other stuff in a second.
Snowman melts, whatever you
But
wanna call it.
whenever I'm outside shoveling or in the snow, my first thought is, I'm like, I can't wait to go inside and have some Campbell soup. And I don't even like Campbell soup. I don't own
I don't really
Campbell
like
soup.
soup. Can I come out? Can I take this opportunity to come out?
Can you come
strong
out real
against
quick?
soup?
Yes, come out against
Yeah,
soup.
I'd like to come out against soup strongly. In fact, it could be tasty. What it's not is filling. What it's not is something anyone desires. If it's there, you'll take it. I like a stew, I like a hearty stew.
I was going to ask, is stew a soup? Is chowder a soup? Because
hearty
sometimes
things
those
like chowder and
those
stew.
are hearty. Those
Those
do
will
fill
fill
you
you.
up.
Those will fill you. Yeah, I
A
like
broccoli
that.
cheddar.
Yeah, in on
So you're
that.
saying pretty much any soup made with flour.
Yeah, if there's a roux, if there's
Yeah.
a stew involved, it's usually
kangaroo.
pretty filling. Even like the best chicken noodle, even if it's a chunky chicken noodle, it's usually not filling. It's just not.
I do like my mother's soup. She puts little meatballs in there.
Oh, like
Meatballs
that
are
1,000
filling.
plastic meatballs.
And I mean, if you can't get that, then you get Progresso's Chicorina soup.
Remember back in the day, you're a paisan.
Yeah.
Pastina or whatever, the little like
Pastina?
It was buttery and it was like little star shaped things. Remember those
How is
things?
it buttery? Were you just
You
adding
would
butter?
add. It was what the. Yeah, you
I
go
mean,
on
I
the
would
best
say the
snow stuff.
pastina. I think you're talking about just the little pieces of pasta that goes into a soup. That's just regular pasta. All pasta is pasta. It's just different
No,
shapes.
I'm thinking about specifically
SpaghettiOs? Are you thinking of SpaghettiOs?
No, but I do like a SpaghettiOs.
I was
with
just
a
going to
wiener
ask you because you are from
and
the
meatballs.
the wrong side of 8 Mile.
Yeah, a pour.
Yeah, you probably ate a lot of SpaghettiOs.
Not a lot, but I did enjoy the SpaghettiOs with hot dogs or SpaghettiOs with
And
meatballs.
then would you heat it up with the cigarette lighter from your car?
Yes, that's how we did it in the hood. Yeah, we we stole the cigarette lighter out of a vehicle,
Ah, yes.
plugged it in our house, and that's how we would heat cans of spaghetti.
I guess, like, moving forward with my son, that's going to be the hardest thing for me to explain to my son is that
Yeah.
cars growing up for me, minivans especially, you had a little thing in there that could got really, really hot.
Mhm.
You could burn yourself with it or you could light a cigarette.
Even when you weren't using it, there was something inherently satisfying
I used to
about
always push it in.
pushing it in.
I used to push it in. My dad
Yeah.
used to get so mad at me, especially as someone that smokes cigarettes. Dad, I'm
Yeah.
doing this for you.
Now, I also am thinking it here from a fire safety standpoint, Goo. That console of most vehicles is a plastic that is very meltable. And yes, there's a little metal housing that the cigarette lighter goes into. But man, that must have caused several fires back in the day.
Because I'd imagine, like, it's popping out, and then you're going to grab it, and then you just drop it onto the rug.
Ouch.
Well, I mean, that's what I would say,
Yeah.
even though I'm grabbing the plastic, and that's not even hot. Ah. What are we talking about? Oh, so
Snow
other
stuff.
stuff with snow.
Yeah.
This is our snowed in episode,
Mm-hmm.
even though we're both out and about. So the
I'm
Campbell
in, you're
suit
out.
is absolutely, that's number one with the bullet.
Sure.
I would say the other one that does talk to me, it speaks to me, is The Shining.
The
Because you do
Shining
get
with
the
Jack
end of The
Torrance.
Shining.
Yeah, frozen. Yep.
Yes, he's frozen in the snow. He's in
Yeah.
the maze. I like that a lot.
Great imagery.
Empire Strikes Back. Have you heard about this movie?
Yeah, Hoth, that's great imagery there.
It's a
And
great open, and George Lucas wanted, sand, snow, grass.
Yeah, there you go.
Those are his types.
Loves Pokemon.
The end of Batman Returns, and while I would say this is a Christmas movie, it starts to snow.
You're right. It does. It does.
How about the 2002 comedy classic Out Cold?
I'm thinking more about the 2001 classic Snow Day.
I thought you
Is
were going to
that-
say also Out Cold, and I'm like, do you really want to fight me on what year Out Cold comes out on?
Snow Day was good. I don't know if I've actually even seen Out.
Well, so
Code,
Snow
but-
Day, what I like about it, it came on an orange VHS. And
Oh.
I feel like the
'cause of the
trailer
Nickelodeon?
for Snow Day, yeah, it was a Nickelodeon movie,
Mhm.
starred Chevy Chase. And I
No, it
feel,
didn't.
give it a Googs while I'm talking. And I feel like, yeah, we're going to do stats and info now. I feel like that,
It had the girl from Entourage, didn't it? Emmanuel Chikri.
yes, but it also was a trailer if you got the VHS for Harriet the Spy.
Chevy Chase is in it. I don't
Hell
recall
yeah,
that.
Goo.
Chris Elliott, Gene Smart,
Points.
loaded
Oh my
cast. Emmanuel Chikri.
Have we decided if
Josh
the points have we decided if the points matter on this show or not?
The points don't matter.
The points don't matter. Okay.
Yeah.
So points to Goo on that. So I like that because it was Harriet the Spy. That was also a trailer. Michelle Trachtenberg.
Iggy Pop
Nothing to
was in
do.
it.
All-star cast.
Great cast.
I actually do want to do a podcast soon of worst movies with the best cast because there have been a lot that have popped out to me recently of like, how did this fail? Good Lord. So back to Out Cold. They're at a ski resort. Zach Galifianakis is there.
Yeah.
One of the London brothers, either Jason or Jeremy. I'm going to side Jason, but I'm also not sure which of the two got kidnapped in real life.
Okay. All right.
But that was Out Cold. It used to be on Comedy Central.
I'm now perusing your list here, Goo, and you were so excited about Snow Day as well that you have it listed twice.
That's how excited I was because of the orange VHS. Mystery Alaska, one of the
Good one.
less spoken about sports movies. That was
Yeah.
a nice one.
Yeah, because it's just a legit good movie.
Yeah.
So people don't necessarily associate it with like sports movie, like a la Rocky.
Let me pitch this to you. Kid from Hawaii,
Yeah. Right.
great surfer.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to move.
Has to leave
Different climate.
all together.
We're going to the frozen water.
Yeah. The tundra.
We're going to the tundra, if you will. Thank you. Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah. Good one.
It's a great
Strong
one.
Yep.
The Revenant, one of your favorite movies.
I have mixed feelings on The Revenant because I don't think it's a bad movie, but the amount of fanfare, not even fanfare, but the amount of critics that pumped that up so that Leo could win I think makes the movie pretty overrated.
Then we have a trio of animated, I'm not even going to say movies, I'll say franchises, I suppose.
Franchisees.
So you could tell me that there's 3 of these or there's 18 of these, the Ice Age movies.
There's at least 3.
I'm going to say 6.
I like that little squirrel character.
I like the little squirrel. I
Dennis
like that.
Leary's the Sabretooth.
Dennis Leary, Queen Latifah, Ray Romano, John Leguizamo. That's 4. I need 5 for points, right?
You got a Mount Rushmore.
I'm going to say that Brad Garrett is somewhere in there. Like,
Sure.
he wasn't in
All
the
right.
first couple, but then Ray's like, hey, Brad, why don't you join me in my Ice Age movies? And then Brad's like, I could, if they ever had a Everybody Loves Raymond animated series, I could do the whole show.
You could.
Holy crap. That's the father.
God rest his soul.
He was in a great show called Puchinsky, where it was him as a cop. I want to say 1991, circa 91, 92. He's a cop and he's working with a talking dog.
He was also in Young Frankenstein.
He was Frankenstein in Young Frankenstein.
Yeah.
He was also John Lennon's best man.
Really?
We've talked about that on this podcast.
So is that like the 3rd time I've been surprised by
Is
it?
this the Peter Boyle podcast? Okay. Also, Frozen's. Don't love the second one. The songs don't hit as well. I'll give all the credit to the first one for the music. Fucking bops.
Yeah,
Great
shout
stuff.
out Idina Menzel. Shout out Kristen Bell. Shout out Demi Lovato, who's sang the soundtrack version of Let It Go.
Shout out Josh Gad.
Yeah, sure.
Shout
Sure.
out. That's all I know from that movie.
That's all you need.
I think what's his name is in the second one, though.
Who's
The
what's his
brother from This Is Us. Sterling K. Brown.
name? Okay. All right.
There we go.
Yeah.
How many points do I have? Who's keeping track of the points today? We have no notes today. We're just doing points.
Goo, your final one on your list here, might I say, is an absolute delight. of
The
a
last
movie.
one here, how is this not a franchise?
Yeah, you're right.
And there might be more than one. I don't know. I've only found
Sure.
one. Happy Feet? Oh, my Lord.
Great movie.
My
Great
Lord,
movie.
what a fun little movie of penguins
Inspiring.
dancing.
Inspiring. Yeah.
Oh, I guess
brings a smile to your face the whole movie.
what is the Shia LaBeouf penguin surfing movie? Is it Surf's Up?
I don't know.
Am I getting points for that?
I'm not privy to this.
Surf's Up?
Sure.
I was listening to the This Is Important podcast. That is the Workaholics podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Anders, Blake, and Adam Devine. And Anders was obsessed. He talked about it for 40 minutes of how one battle after another didn't hit for him because he couldn't believe that Teyana Taylor's character would have sex with Leonardo DiCaprio's character. And he insisted that if they had Shia LaBeouf in that role, the movie would have been 10 times better.
Well, so he's saying Shia LaBeouf is hotter than Leo? Is that
No,
what
he
he's
says
saying?
that Shia LaBeouf has more of an animalistic, he said that he
I
wouldn't be
agree,
surprised.
but that's why that works, because Leo's a nerd
Mhm.
in that, and Shia wouldn't have been as good of a nerd. Shia might have been better at the fucking part.
Yeah.
He was in those 2 movies where they did the real sex.
Yeah,
That's an insane take.
it was 40 minutes of that. I was glued.
And I would consider myself a Shia guy.
You're a Shia guy.
If I was in or out, I'd be in. I like Shia as an actor. I don't know about as a
Someone go and make a little graphic of Mac as a shy guy from Mario, but
There
then
you
he
go.
has a little Shia next
yeah,
to him or
with an
something.
A on my shoulder.
Yeah. You're a huge fan of Eagle Eye.
I'll tell you what, Goo. Eagle Eye's a enjoyable movie the first time you watch it in a movie theater.
Then that's it. Oh, I have a video game one too.
Disturbia, banger of a movie.
Disturbia is great. I have a video game one too, and there are other ice and snow levels in this franchise, but Snow Barrel Blast, level 4, section 1 of Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, yep.
The snow
Great level.
starts real light, and then as you keep on going, heavier snow.
Yeah, that's a good level.
All right, Mac, this next one here, let's figure out how to pull this up.
I'm looking at it.
Okay, you are looking at it right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull it up
Yeah.
in my browser. Here we go.
I don't know where else you would pull it up.
Shut up. So Wesley Sykes sent this to us the other day. By the way,
Okay.
this is a full Mac Sack episode. I'm sorry that we didn't
Yeah, we didn't
tell
talk
you
about that
guys.
in the beginning. We were so enamored with the snow.
This fella here, Cali J, I'll say. He is a blue check mark on X, and he did a great job of saying, which team would you pick?
He actually said, which team are you picking?
It's the same thing. The exact same thing. You don't need to correct me there.
There's 8 squads.
There's 8 squads, and it's all separated by color.
Color. So the squad is grouped via color, and I'm sure you could, meander it and navigate this a little differently. But the 8 colors he selected, and I have a little issue with the color selection, is yellow, black, which is not a color, red, green, like a turquoisey blue. I guess you would just go blue.
Blue.
Orange, but kind of. And then white, but kind of. And then purple.
Yeah, white is also silver.
Yeah, which is, I guess.
All right, so I guess let's rate the teams, and then after we know their ratings, we can decide who's going to win.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to list it off to me?
Yeah, so yellow, we have the yellow Power Ranger, Caitlin Clark, the bride from Kill Bill, Bruce Lee, Usain Bolt, Kobe Bryant, and Dick Tracy.
So I'm going to say this is kind of a weak group. I don't see
agree.
a ton of
I'd
strength.
agree.
There's obviously some speed. I'm confused to why. So I'm going to say the reason why this is a weak group. All of these groups do not include Power Rangers. And they needed someone here so badly that they put one of the worst Power Rangers in it.
I'd also say Bruce Lee, overrated. Kobe Bryant, overrated.
Who are you, Quentin Tarantino?
Usain Bolt, properly rated. Caitlin
Also-
Clark, underrated.
Dick Tracy? Fuck Madonna.
In character.
I guess you could look at half of these teams and half of the people did that.
If you were rating this on like an A to F scale, this is like a C or a D team.
C minus.
Okay. All right.
C minus.
Next up is the
D
Black
plus.
Squad.
Fuck it. D plus.
Okay. All right. There you go. The Black Squad, which, wait, do they all have 7 or is it? No, there's also a confusing amount of people.
It
on
doesn't
each team.
matter.
All right. The Black Squad goo here, you have Wesley Snipes' Blade, Darth Vader, Christian Bale's Batman, Keanu Reeves' John Wick, Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, Serena Williams, and Trinity from The Matrix.
I'm going to say A.
Vader, Black Panther, and Blade, I guess, and Batman. Yeah, this is a strong squad.
This is like, I wanted to say, because this is
This is a
early.
strong
I don't
squad.
want to like jump out to conclusions here. Like maybe I'll say A minus.
It's in the A range.
With my ability to, at the end, bump it to an A.
It's at least a 90. Yeah, I agree. It's
this is
strong.
the best one so far.
It's strong. Yeah, out of the 2 we've discussed,
Yes.
it is the greater. Third squad, the Red Squad. All shades of red on here, Goo. You have Asia Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, The Flash, Deadpool, Daredevil, Tiger Woods, and Michael Jordan.
I don't think there's enough superhuman ability outside of Michael Jordan. So I'm going to say this is a B.
Oh, man. You could make the argument. People are going to get upset with me about this one. You could make the argument you have the best female basketball player of all time, the best football player of all time, the best golfer of all time, and the best basketball player of all time.
Let me ask you this. Where is the Red Power Ranger? Where is Raphael?
Good one. So the
Where-
superpowers are limited. Deadpool's cool. The Flash is obviously an alpha.
Where does Spider-Man fall in all
Daredevil
of this?
is decent. Yeah, Spider-Man, is he red or is he blue?
Mm-hmm.
You know? If you're playing a pickup game of any sport, this might be the squad, though. This might be the squad.
I'm going to say B.
Okay. I might go A minus here because real world aspects, it's pretty great.
This next one's really confusing to me.
We got the green squad here. You have Larry Bird. This is a wrestler. I forget her name. Bianca Belair, I believe.
Okay.
Yoda, the Hulk, Arrow, Gamora, and then the Grinch. The Grinch rounds out the green squad. This would have been perfect for the Green Ranger. If this had the Green Ranger, it'd be A tier.
So this is also weird. I was going to say best looking crew so far, but they also have Larry Bird and the Grinch. So
And
maybe
Yoda.
not.
And Yoda. Yeah, no. I think it's the ugliest crew so far.
I mean, you got Gamora
And the Hulk.
and the Hulk. I don't.
Yeah, like Bianca Belair and Gamora are sweet. Stephen
Arrow's not
Amell's
bad.
sweet. Yeah.
What's his name?
Stephen Amell, I think.
Stephen Amell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a. I mean, if you take those 3, not bad. This is a fucking weird one. I don't know. This is a B minus. It's a little bit lower. It has more powers than the B squad, than the Red Squad, but it's
Yeah.
also weird.
I don't think they'd work well together.
Yeah, it's a bunch
But
of
to that point,
bunch of
the
Lone
red
Rangers.
the red team wouldn't work well together either.
But this
I don't
also
know.
gets into where's the Green Ranger?
Yeah, I said that 1 minute ago.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I wasn't listening.
This is like a C+ to me. C+.
Okay.
Next up is the Blue Squad, in real loose terms with blue, the color blue here. You have Nightwing, one of the Avatar characters. I'm assuming the main one. That's the male. I
Sully.
don't know his name. Sure, Sully. Who's that guy?
Don't ask me.
I don't know who that guy is.
Don't ask me.
I've seen. You have Blue Beetle as well. You have Leonardo from TMNT. Tom Brady. So that
That
helps
helps.
us.
Yeah.
And then you have Mystique, the Jennifer Lawrence version.
You got to put this a little bit below the red as well. So let's put this at a B, or no, let's bump red to a B+. This is a B, and then green is a B-.
This is an aesthetically pleasing group to look at, but I think that's just because I like the color blue.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean you're probably in the right range there. Next up is the Orange Squad, and we're playing fast and loose.
All
with
you
this
need is
one,
just
too.
a hint of orange.
You have the main character from Naruto. I don't know if he's called Naruto or Naruto.
His name
Boy.
is Naruto.
You have Jalen Brunson.
How does that help your team? How do you
He can
how
score
do
some
you
points.
choose? So like, how do you not at least go with like Patrick Ewing or go with the orange Monstar from fucking Space Jam?
Sure, yeah.
Or
have
you're going to
the
go with
Thing.
the Phoenix Sun. There's a lot of orange in the Phoenix Suns. Charles
Or
Barkley.
Hear me out. The Phoenix Force. You know, Jean Grey. Get
Mhm.
Jean Grey on here. You have the Thing, who kind of has orangish, rocky skin. I guess that's a real stretch. You have Goku, which Dragon Ball. Obviously, that's cool. You'll take that. You have also, is it Sha'Carri Richardson, the
I
Olympic
don't know.
sprinter with the orange hair? So she made her way in here. You have Michelangelo, the Ninja Turtle. And then you have Aang, I think his name is, from Avatar. Is that his name?
The Last Airbender.
Yeah. So this is superpower-wise, they might be up there because of Goku and Aang and whatever Naruto can do in his fucking flip-flops. This is better than the yellow, maybe, but this is like a C- D+.
This is, I would say, a C because you do have those heavy hitters up front. But I don't like Jalen Brunson being there, and I don't like the choice of the athlete with the orange hair because then you could just put fucking Wilma from the Flintstones on here.
No, I agree with you. It's
Now,
not
if Wilma
good.
from the Flintstones was on here, so this is close to the bottom.
Next up is the white/silver squad. You have Bo Jackson, which I love. And I'll tell you what, Bo Jackson, he's good at everything he does, so maybe he'd be great as a
Yeah.
superhero too. Gandalf, the gray or white, I guess you could go either version here because they are featuring off-white and gray characters. Princess Leia and her Bung Squad. The white Power Ranger,
Okay.
which obviously looks cool as fuck with his vest or shield. thing.
Shield. It's a shield. Come on.
You have Moon Knight. You have what is Tessa Thompson's character called?
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. And then you have Finn from the most
Who
recent
might be force sensitive.
Star
We don't
Wars trilogy.
This
You'd
one
be-
got weaker as you went along.
You'd
Like
be
this one
relying-
starts really strong and then just got really weak. This is a C+. This is better than orange.
I don't know if it is. This might be the worst one.
You got a wizard. You've got
You're
a
relying
Jedi.
heavily on Gandalf, but Gandalf's not. Gandalf doesn't scare me.
The White Ranger has a little sword that can talk to you.
I think that Bo Jackson and the White Ranger carry this squad.
Okay, so you'd put it below orange but above yellow?
This might be a D-. This is barely passing to me.
Okay.
This is the worst squad.
This next one, I think, might take on black.
This is really, really fun. So do you know who this first guy is on the far left?
That is the Phantom.
The Phantom from what?
From the Phantom.
Okay, you have the Phantom. You have Jack Nicholson's Joker. You have Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet fully powered up. You have Ivan Ooze leading the squad.
That's my favorite part of it, is that you got, out of all these like great
Yeah.
characters, who's leading the squad? Ivan Ooze.
You have Jonathan Majors' Kang the Conqueror Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, why not?
And then you have the white and purple guy from Dragon Ball Z, whose name escapes me.
I am going to ask you, though, and I love Lamar Jackson. If I'm picking one Raven to be in my superhero squad, I might go Ray Lewis. I might pick a T-Sizzle. Derrick Henry's never going to die.
I'm not picking Darrell Suggs. Frieza. That's Frieza from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
I mean, Lamar has won, 2 MVPs? Ray Lewis never won an MVP.
Defensive Player of the Year.
True.
Super Bowl MVP. He went to Disney World. Actually, he didn't. Disney said, let's bring Trent Dilfer instead.
He probably did kill someone, too, or at least helped with it. So that helps if these guys are fighting.
Oh, you know what? I think he's on the white squad because of the suit.
Or the red squad because of the blood.
All of this is being retracted. This is all being...
So out of those 8 squads, Goo, who's your favorite of the
Okay,
bunch?
so after talking it out, because my initial thought was purple, I think if we're going to go from bottom to top, that's how I live my life.
Yeah.
Yellow at the bottom. Then I go orange, but I could flip-flop that with the white. I understand that. Then I'm going to go blue, green, red. Purple and black are close, but I'm going to take black over purple.
Yeah, I think black is number one. Now that we're zoomed back out, I'm looking at it. Yellow is definitively the worst. I misspoke. It's white is better for sure. Yellow in a tier of its own. Then you have 3 or 4 kind of in the middle, and then I think the top 3 has got to be red, purple, and black. Red for its more real life applications.
But I also think that red could be better if they picked different things to put in there.
Blue, orange, and green are just a confusing mix. White is not great either. But I think black is number 1, purple's number 2. That's
like
the top
I put
2.
John Elway in the orange group.
You could, you
Like
could argue
now, at his age now.
I wouldn't put Sha'Carri Richardson in there. I don't think she's doing much for you.
All right,
Yellow's terrible.
Go online. We'll post those photos. Tell us your group and whatever else you want to tell us. Let's skip the next one because we've gone too long so far. Mac, I'm going to tell you this. Keenan and Kel are back.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, when you were a kid, who did you believe the funniest people in the world were?
That's a good question. I'm trying to think about the first time I started consistently watching humorous stuff, comedy stuff.
But also like live action, like real people humor.
Yeah, because it was The Simpsons initially, right? Which is pretty
But
much
also, like,
every
as a
in
kid,
the
you're
90s.
like, oh, because I wasn't allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy, so I'm like, that must be the funniest thing
Some
ever.
of that stuff, yeah. Beavis and Butthead, too.
Mhm.
Live action, it had to have been that bevy of Adam Sandler movies in the second half of the 90s.
Yeah.
Or that middle half with Jim Carrey. It was like Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell was my
Well, because I would
comedy.
say around the age of 9 or 10 is when I discovered Adam Sandler. Watched The Waterboy. That was my first Sandler movie. I'm like, this is the funniest thing ever. First time seeing Austin Powers. I didn't get all the jokes. It's still silly enough for a 9 or 10-year-old kid.
You love gold.
I love gold. Also, when you're a kid, it's the people that your parents tell you are funny that you're like, oh, they know what's right for me. So growing up, I'm like, okay, Steve Martin and Woody Allen are the funniest people ever. And my parents always told me, you do what Woody Allen tells you.
No questions asked.
No questions asked. Yeah. So from the shows that I watched specifically, Kel Mitchell, I do think was one. He's so big.
Yeah.
He's so lively. Keenan also really good, but like Kel really, really spoke to a 6 or 7-year-old goo. And then Danny Tamborelli?
Tamborelli, you got it.
So not so much. As a kid, Pete and Pete, you'd watch it. I think it's more for when you're older and you're like, this is fucking weird, and I like how weird it is. But as a kid, once he got on to Guess That? What was the game?
I know.
Figure it out. Once he got on to
with
Figure
Summer
It Out
Sanders.
with Summer Sanders, you're like, this guy, because it was him and Lori Beth Dinberg in every episode. So you're like, these must be the funniest people that they're in every episode. So Danny Tamborelli. Also, I like Josh Server. So really, that all-star, that all that.
So you
crew,
just your answer's all that.
all that I thought was the funniest thing ever.
Okay.
Because Danny Tamborelli, he joined all that.
Tamborucci.
Danny Bonaducci, he joined all that. And what he did was, so Josh Server,
Danny Bonaducci should have been a part of the Orange team.
Danny Tamborelli also could have been. But Josh Server was what the fuck was his cop name? He was Detective Dan.
He was the one with the ears too.
He was
right?
Ear Boy.
Yeah.
And then let's give a shout out to fucking Katrina. The best Ross Perot impression of all time
Yeah, true.
was a 9-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl. I don't know how old she was.
However old.
But also, so Danny Tamberlini, he joined the cast of all that. They're like, this kid he's a star. He's hot. We're going to put him in the cast. And what they did is they offset Detective Dan with Danny Tamborelli's fat cop.
I'm telling you. Danny Fettuccine is just, he's got it. You gotta see this guy.
I'll also say this is that as a kid, I didn't love Amanda Bynes. Going back and looking at her stuff now, you're like, how is this like little girl firing off all of this
yeah, she
comedy
was
as
so
fast as she
talented.
is?
Yeah,
it's,
she was
it's
so
insane.
fucking talented. Yep. Yeah.
So that's
she was
mine,
great.
Danny Tamberlini.
Danny Tuscaloosa is fucking all timer.
Mac, let's go over to your side of the street now.
All right, sure.
Survivor 50 is kicking off when?
Soon. Soon is my answer. I don't know
How
exactly
many
when.
survivors are usually on an island?
So it varies, but it is usually 18, sometimes 20. In their big seasons, like Survivor 40, Heroes vs. Villains, there's been as many as like 20, 22, 24. Survivor 50, I think there's going to be like 24 castaways. And it's going to be like the new reign or the new groupings versus like the old
Let
regime.
the rain fall down.
I am cautiously optimistic for Survivor 50. They are bringing back some things that fans have wanted for a while. And essentially what Survivor has become, in large part due to COVID 6 years ago, which is weird to say.
Yeah.
They have centered their locations on just Fiji. So Survivor only shoots on Fiji now. And the game has gone from 39 days and it's been scaled back to 26. So it's honestly a different game than it was pre-Survivor 40, where it was at 39. And it was actually more about camp life and socially trying to get along with people, because if you had to spend 39 days with people, you would want to like them. At 26 days, the game has become more a numbers game and a more fast-paced game, which has some appeal, but it loses sort of what made Survivor, and it loses like a big part of the early seasons of Survivor is this character building and the audience loving or hating characters. You had your heroes and you had your villains. In season 20, Survivor's theme was heroes versus villains, and for my money, it's the best season of Survivor there's ever been. There are several in the conversation, but there's just so much that comes up and culminates in that. I like that they're bringing back some of the old game mechanics. I just don't think I'm ever going to love Survivor until they go back to 39 days. 26 just fundamentally changes it. I think we talked about this briefly when we aided hashtag Dork with the greatest television shows of all time. I think Survivor is in the conversation for greatest television show of all time. It's obviously different. It's hard to compare it to like Breaking Bad, but it's on its 50th season and it still has a vivacious and passionate fan base. And I don't know, like it's the only competition show, reality show I would like to ever be on. It is a goal, a life goal of mine to be on Survivor. It fascinates me. It's a game ultimately of social dynamics, and I think I could do well in that
Okay, I guess I'll
scenario.
ask you that question right now is how far do you think you would get in Survivor?
That's hard to say. Everyone's goal when playing the game is to make the merge. That way you can stay there longer and have a vote in the end game. So I'd like to think I could get that far. I think if you go in thinking you're going to win, you're probably going to lose. You just have to go in thinking you can foster relationships. And I think I would be good at that. I don't know how far it would take me, but if no one's ever watched Survivor, it's an easy show to get passionate about because they drop all sorts of personalities on an island. And then pretty much instantly you start like nitpicking their gameplay and how they're voting. And the whole mechanic of Survivor is you get voted out by your fellow survivors. But ultimately, at the end, the jury, the last usually 11 to 13 players in the game, vote for who deserves the most money. So there's something called jury management, Goo, where you can't just be a dickhead and backstab everyone because they're not going to vote for you.
And that's why I'd lose.
You have to. So there's an all-time great villain in Survivor named Russell Hantz, who 2 back-to-back games he made it to Final Tribal, and basically no one voted for him because he was a fucking asshole. And he thinks the game shouldn't be played that way. But that's why Survivor is because the people you vote out ultimately vote on who wins. So it's a really interesting social experiment to see how people can get someone out of a game, but still do it in a way where they're going to like you and want to give you $1 million.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Mac, is if you were to create a block programming of reality television shows,
Mm-hmm.
let's say 3 hours.
Okay.
Give me your reality show. So this could be 6 half an hours. It could be hour long. It's up to you.
So Survivor is an hour. We got to get that in there. I think at its peak, The Real World was the best reality TV out there. Pre-cell phones, barely any internet use, where people were basically isolated and had to deal with their
Sears
roommates
magazines.
and had to deal with real life stuff. You would never be able to replicate that these days, but there was a 5 to 8 year window there where The Real World was the tits. I also love the Real World Road Rules Challenge. That has just become the challenge.
So those are each a half an hour?
So they're each really an hour.
Okay.
But some version of Real World in the challenge I'd have to get in there. So that's 2 hours. And then I would spend the last hour on something like Surreal Life or one of those VH1 shows where you're just taking ridiculous people and exploiting them for television reasons. So you have on here, which are great ones too.
Well, I'll tell you mine.
Okay.
Let me ask you first. Is Shark Tank an hour?
I believe so.
Okay, so I guess that's going to take one of the hours. That's one of the only ones where I've gotten sucked in and watched multiple hours of Shark Tank.
That's a good one where if you haven't watched in forever, you catch a marathon, all of a sudden you've watched 4 hours of Shark Tank, you know?
And then I believe the rest of these are all a half an hour, but we can rotate some shows around. We don't need the same shows every night. And most of these are on MTV. Viva La Bam.
Yeah, great one.
Casting, what a crew. Phil's like, hey, Bam, cut it out. And then Ape's like, Bam, cut the shit. Then you got to go, and you can flip these around, Next and Room Raiders.
I think you go Room Raiders to ramp up and lead you.
But I
into
love
Next.
Next.
That's what I'm saying. Room Raiders is a little dabble, right? You stir in the teapot. Actually drinking the tea is Next. Room Raiders was good because it was fun. Next was savagery. It was
Next
vicious. It was
is
great.
Anytime that I get a suggested feed from Next, I'm watching it.
And I love that the whole thing is, if you were sick of whoever you're dating,
Next!
Next!
I also love how every bio that every guy does,
Yeah.
like, I'm a baseball player for so-and-so high school. Let's see if she wants to see my bat.
And they'd also, with that promotion, they would pause the screen as you were walking down the bus stairs.
Yeah.
And you'd like hit a pose and they'd give you all the rundown, the demographics.
I would do my best to, give one of these.
I would jump into a toe tap.
Oh.
Or a heel tap? Heel tap.
You claimed once that you could do a backflip. Would you do a backflip?
I only was ever able to do a backflip into a pool.
Guys, can I get off the bus into a pool?
Can you have one of those kiddo inflatable pools outside of the bus, please?
How fast do you think you would be nexted? Next.
What version of me? Like 21-year-old me?
Yeah, let's say 21 to 25.
I think I might get nexted, but I'd have like 5 minutes.
I guess it depends on where the date is.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I'd definitely get nexted pretty quick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't last. And Room Raiders, they'd be like, holy shit. Especially back then.
Why is there just so much cum?
Don't go in the bathroom. Don't go in the bathroom. Don't go in the bathroom. There's pubes everywhere.
Oh, what was the one where where the ex would have to sit with the parents of the girlfriend or boyfriend and watch the
I don't know. Was
the
that
significant
in Room
other
Raiders?
go on a date? No, it was a part of that cycle of shows. You would have a shitty ex-girlfriend or boyfriend or current boyfriend or girlfriend sitting with the parents of their boyfriend and girlfriend, and they'd all watch said person go on multiple dates. And at the end of the episode, they had to choose someone new or their old girlfriend or boyfriend. It's great, horrible television.
And then the other one that I would have on here is talk about a show. I already mentioned Shark Tank, a show that just sucks you in and you can, out of nowhere, be like, I just watched 15 episodes of Pawn Stars?
Yeah. Pawn Stars had you believing that you were like an expert on shit. Like, oh, I bet he's going to offer him $10,000 for that.
You also sit there, you're watching with your dad, you're watching with your uncles, you're watching. It's a show that, you know, generations of men can sit there and just take in Chumley.
Like, oh, this is a horseshoe from 1947. Like, it's probably worth nothing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, Rick, you've struck gold. This is worth $75,000.
I used to love Antique Roadshow too. It's
You
not
had to
as
really be in the
aggressive as
mood
Pawn
for
Stars.
Antique
But
Roadshow because it was long and drawn out. You had to either be like hungover or absolutely nothing to do on a Saturday morning.
Mac, I'm going to save our next two topics for April Fool's Day.
Okay, your final shows here, which I had teased.
Oh,
were
I forgot about this. Yes.
the VH1 style of reality TV, which you had, you know, Rock of Love, Flavor of Love, I Love
Of
New
New
York,
York, yes.
and Surreal Life. Those shows were great. You got to find an hour for those shows too.
Well, what I like about Flavor of Love is who was the guy, not Bret Michaels, but the one who would, like his butler.
That was Rock of Love.
I'm sorry. What I liked about Rock of Love was not Bret Michaels, but who was the guy, like his butler?
Yeah, I forget his name.
Mr. Bret Michaels? And he would give the girls little tour bus passes?
Yeah. The gimmick was great.
How did they never find love on those shows?
Rock of Love was okay. It was really about a bunch of like late 30s, early 40s women who had nothing in life but wanting to fuck Bret Michaels. At least in Flavor of Love, those people were on there wanting to be famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they liked Flavor Flav, but those are people that wanted to be reality stars. And out of that, you got Tiffany Pollard, New York,
Yeah.
who became even bigger. Like Tiffany Pollard, aka New York, is one of my favorite like reality stars /
I was just going to
celebrities
ask you,
ever.
bonus question right now.
Mhm.
Say we are going to a reality con.
Yeah.
Who is the one reality show celebrity that you would pay money to meet? Take a
So-
picture with.
Different levels here. Parvati from Survivor, who I think is the greatest Survivor player to ever play. I would love to have a photo with her. Who I would love more so to show people that I have a photo with is Tiffany Pollard. I Love New York. She just has so many clips, and her 2 seasons were great. Her 1 season of Flavor of Love was great. And then this came up the other day. She was also on Celebrity Big Brother, and there's a great moment where David Bowie dies in real life.
Yeah.
And one of her cast members tells New York that David's died. and she says it in a really confusing manner, in which New York then believes their roommate on the show, I forget which David, has died, or her husband or something.
Yeah.
And it's really just David Bowie.
Was it? It was I Love New York where they had a little person on one of the seasons.
I don't know. I mean, Vern Troyer was on.
He was on Surreal Life. And then also, I believe it was I Love New York when she was talking about one of the gentlemen on the show, and she said that she loved his thuggish ways.
Yeah, there was a guy in the first season of I Love New York named Chance.
Yes.
Who also had a brother named Real who was on there. And the final 2 was Chance and I forget, like a beefier guy. And they like went at it back and forth. And then that guy won and then turned New York down. He said, "No, I don't want you anymore" at the reunion. And then I Love New York season 2 came out. And then I think the final 2 were like Taylor Made, Buddha.
Mhm.
I forget who wins season 2. It might have been Taylor Made.
Talk
It
about a
was
show
great.
that I would thrive on with all those nicknames. Who are you today? I'm Shamu.
No, you'd be Gabagool.
At the time, I'd be Rooster, I believe. But I also would have loved to
I'd
have
be
seen.
White Chocolate.
I was gonna say you walk in the door and you're like, "Hello, fellas. My name is White Chocolate."
So there was like Taylor Made, who I think he did win season 2, was like not thuggish or gangster anyway. He was just like a well-kept, minuscule white dude.
Yeah, but he didn't go by the name White Chocolate.
No, he went by Taylor Made because the suits were tailor made.
Let's get into Mac Sack.
again, Maxac could be anything. It could be a boat. And like Mac pointed out to me just before the show, Maxac could also be a news dump. See that Daredevil teaser? I wouldn't call it a trailer.
Yeah, it was a little bit longer than a normal teaser, but not a trailer because we didn't get any sort of premise for the season. But we got a lot of tidbits, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of satisfying
Jessica
things.
Jones.
Yes.
Kingpin boxing.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? We also have the return of Foggy Nelson, which has been teased. I am back into the swing of, I think because I know this year ends and culminates in Doomsday, I'm like jacked up about Marvel again. And I haven't been the biggest Daredevil guy, you know that, but I just like that what we have this year leads and culminates in Doomsday. So I'm starting to get excited for MCU stuff.
I also really like the song selection of Childish Gambino's Lithonia from his Brando Stone on the New World album that was kind of overlooked.
I have a love-hate. You've always been a big Gambino
I've been
guy.
a big Gambino. I hopped on from Freaks and
credit.
Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks?
That was his first one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the show.
Gambino was a mastermind fucking bitch to pass the time.
Bonfire, banger.
Bonfire's great. And that I actually wanted to bring this up with you. I was really hoping that the Buffalo Bills would hire Bill Belichick so that someone could say that they did their name like Princess Di.
All-time great line.
Yeah.
I have a love-hate with him because I think he either, and I don't know how to describe this other than what I'm going to say, he either creates the greatest song you've ever heard or the worst song you've ever heard and nothing in between.
I wouldn't
His
know the
music
difference.
is either unlistenable or you listen to it 1,000 times.
I wouldn't know the difference. It all sounds the same to me. But yeah, the season looks interesting. I'm waiting for a full trailer. When does it come out?
I have no idea.
Oh, right now, Wonder Man is out, right?
Oh, you're right. Wonder Man. Yeah, as you're listening to this, Wonder Man is probably out.
Yeah, Wonder Man is out.
I don't
Critics
want
are
to
going
get
goo goo gaga.
I don't want to get overly excited about it, but I'm seeing some online chatter that there's going to be a nice reveal in the season, and it's all out. It's all out right now, all 8 episodes. So we should watch. Let's talk about it next week.
Yeah,
let's talk about it next week.
I saw one review say, "Forget what your old favorite TV show is." I'm like, what? Huh? That is a proclamation, right?
I like
there.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what the RT scores are right now. I can't speak right now, Goo. All right. We have, by the way, that Sam Raimi movie with
that's
Rachel
getting rave
McAdams
reviews,
and Dylan
right?
O'Brien. People are really enjoying that. Wonder Man goes at 89%, so people are liking it.
That's
and
less
once
than
again,
She-Hulk.
I don't think it is.
It is.
54 reviews at 89%. And I, once again, implore Marvel, if they're unsure about a show, release it all at once. Release it. Because you're going to have more generous reviews. Probably what is happening with this show.
All right. So where can the people find us?
You can find us on X and Instagram at Mac and Goo Podcast. Every other platform. We are Mac &Goo. That's Mac Shift 7 Goo. That includes Facebook, Stitcher, TuneIn, Castbox, Spreaker, Google Play, iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. Get on there, rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars. If you do that in alternate version of Mac and Goo World,
no.
you will get a free T-shirt from the folks over at Watertown Sportswear. That's Watertown Sportswear, 34 Mount Auburn Street in Watertown. WatertownSportswear.com, expert screen printing and embroidery.
tpublic.com, merch. And you said we couldn't fill an hour with my dumb topics. We didn't even use 4 of them.
That's not what I said. I said I was very uninspired based on the last 2 days of my life.
But you woke right up with that snow.
It helped. You were right. You said you're going to pull it out of me.
Yeah.
You got it out of me. You did.
Once again, I didn't even use 4 of these amazing topics. Those get to go into the next one. Check us out at the end of the week for a news dump. Tuesdays are Goose Days. I abuse kangaroos. Tim Burton.
Bye.
Please flip the cassette over to side B to continue the adventure.
Now it's time for girls jumping on trimbopolines.